Welcome to Tofurious Toys. Thank you for joining me for this review of the Holiday Gomez from the 112 Collective by Mezco Toyz. It was quite a week. I had to dig up my gas line to make some repair, and it really wrought havoc on my allergies. I do apologize for sounding so stuffy. Figure packaging looks like a holiday gift. Here is the front with a bow and a gift tag. The left and right sides are just a continuation of the ribbon wrapping around to the back, and the back itself is just more continuation of the ribbon. On the top, you guessed it, more ribbon. On the bottom here, we have the Mezco Toyz website with a warning and a disclaimer, a UPC code, and an embossed sticker stating that this is a Mezco exclusive. FedEx tried delivering this on Sunday the 19th, and on the paper they left, it said they would try again on the 21st. But then the next day on the 20th, I got another thing saying I missed their delivery. For their final delivery attempt on the 21st, I made sure somebody was here to receive it. Gomez looking pretty debonair in his Christmas sweater. There are a ton of accessories packed away in here. Here is some instructional information on how to install the batteries for the light up eyes, how to open the boom box, and how to stick his feet to the magnets on the hoverboard. The other sheet says for collectors by collectors, and hey man, be careful with it. Also in the box is this holiday card featuring Gomez and Grub saying happy holidays, Gomez enjoying a martini, and Grub taking a nap. Setting this out of the way, lets us take a look at the meat and potatoes here. Get a look at Gomez and Grub and what looks like a couple of Christmas presents, or holiday presents if that is your preferred nomenclature. I hope that there was nothing breakable in those packages. First, we'll take a look at the highly articulated, highly detailed Grub figure with multiple points of articulation. His arm goes up and about. Can't really get a full 360 because his big fat head's in the way. The head looks down that far, up that far. He's got waist articulation. His legs rotate, but it doesn't really do much for posing. Let's get a look at these packages. Here we got a gift. It looks like it's to Grub from Gomez. I don't know what the family dynamic is here. If it's Papa Gomez or what. Alright, let's get it open. There's something in there. Well, that doesn't seem like the appropriate gift for a child. I feel like you'd get a visit from the CPS for giving this to a child. Opening the gift for Gomez, we find a hoverboard. I have Agent Gomez tucked away somewhere. He came with a hoverboard as well. Get this package back together and take a look at it. It just says for Gomez. Alright, let's take a look at the hoverboard. It's got some pretty nice detail and paintwork on the bottom. A snowy town landscape on the top, and some magnets that hold it to Gomez's feet. Let's take a look at this alternative head here. This would appear to be the head with the lighted eyeballs. Pop this cover off. Gives you access to the LEDs and the tiny little battery compartments. Peering through the back of the skull here, we can see the translucent plastic that is his eyeballs. Here we have the two LEDs. Battery compartment. It came out easy enough. Does it go back in just as easy? Yep. There's the button for activating the lights. Pulling Gomez out, we can get a better look at him and get rid of this piece of plastic. He's got a standard humanoid body, but his bug neck is pretty gnarly. His neck is just as gnarly on the back. His antenna is articulated where it pegs into the top of his head. Does the other head have articulated antennae? It does indeed. I forgot to check. Alright, let's peek over the rest of this articulation. His head looks up that far, down that far. Whoops, I was just trying to see how much movement there is where the neck pegs into the torso. With that lower part movement, there is a wider range looking down and also looking up. As far as the arms go, his arms go pretty far up at the shoulders. I usually don't see that much upward movement. And it will do a full 360, but you need to adjust the sleeves as you go, or it'll just get twisted up. There is an upper bicep cut that rotates a full 360, but in order to rotate it, you'd have to keep adjusting the fabric. There is a double jointed elbow. His hands are on a double swivel so that you can do forward and back movement and left and right movement. I do believe there is a diaphragm cut that allows him to bend that far backwards and then that far forward. Joints allow for that much outward movement. Forward hip movement goes a little past 90. There is an upper thigh cut that allows you to rotate his leg, but you would need to do the same thing with straightening out the cloth with every turn. Feels like there is no drop down joint. Double jointed knee. The ankle pegs directly into the high top sneaker here, so it doesn't have a forward facing pin, but there is quite a bit of side to side movement. The green and red paint on these Converse is pretty well done. Other than a few loose threads on the pants here, I love these soft good clothes. That belt, the stitch work, the ugly Christmas sweater. There's the Mezco M sculpted into the bottom of his feet. Well, that didn't work. Need to spread his feet out some. Setting Gomez aside, we can start to take a look at the extra hands and the accessories. We'll start with what's in the back of the clamshell here. Gonna be leaving this stuff in the plastic, but here's his apron that says "Kiss the Roach." Gross. Here we have the figure stand with the peg for pegging into the bottom of his foot. Here's the standard 112 bag that holds all the accessories. Here we have his puffer hat. I'll be leaving that in the plastic as well. Last piece in this section is the display arm. We'll go ahead and pop that pin out. Put the post in place. Setting Gomez aside, we can look at the rest of the accessories and the additional hands. First, we have the Boom Boom Box, a case that is used for carrying his weapon and liquor. I've opened one in the past, but I'm afraid to force it here. I can see where the pins are, where the hinge is. Alright, finally got it open. There is a cutout in the foam for his cosmic pea shooter, his martini glass, and his vodka bottle. Accessories also include a frying pan and a spatula. They go along with that apron that says "Kiss the Roach." The sculpt work and paint are pretty clean on both. This looks like it's molded in sparkly plastic. Now we'll take a look at his sheath and the sword that fits inside it. The accessories list lists it as a zip sword. The same sword and sheath came with my Agent Gomez. This is some finely detailed paintwork on this handle. We'll just hang that there for now. Whoa, that'd have been a party foul if I'd have spilled that martini. Loving this translucent plastic on the glass in the drink, and the paintwork on that olive skewer is pretty great as well. They put quite a bit of work into that martini. Now let's take a look at this vodka. It says Roach and Son on the label on one side. Let's see what the other side says. Same thing, Roach and Son vodka. This is listed as the Cosmic Pea Shooter, but it reminds me of the Noisy Cricket from Men in Black. Here we have the button cell batteries for the lighted eyes. Put those in later. Next we have the silver metallic puffer jacket. Probably won't be using that. Alright, let's try to take a quick look at all these hands. Don't want to waste too much time on the hands. Here we have the 2-finger pointing hand. Here is the middle finger hand. Here is the single finger pointing hand. This one is the right gun hand. This one is the right rifle hand. Here we have the left sword holding hand. This is listed as the grenade holding hand, but I think it'd probably be best for gripping the vodka. Here is the left-handed gun hand. Here is the right sword holding hand. This is listed as the posing hand. It's the right hand with splayed fingers. Here is the left posing hand with splayed fingers. Finally, the left hand that is made for rifle bracing. Through the power of editing, here they are all back in their tray. Let's get all these goodies packed away. That martini's sure to spill inside there. That's all that goes in there. Close it up. Placing the ruler back here, we see that with his antennas as high as they can go, he stands at just about 7.5 inches, a little over. Let's rearrange a little so we can stand some figures up next to him to do some size comparisons. Here we have Celtis from Mythic Legions by the Four Horsemen. Also from the Four Horsemen, we have the Krampus from their Figura Obscura line. Getting rid of Celtis, we make room for Super Shredder from Neca. Moving Krampus to the background so he can keep an eye on Grub. Next we have Samus Aran from Figma Toys. Moving Shredder to make room for another guy in purple. We have the Marvel Legends Kingo from the Eternals movie by Hasbro. Now we'll throw in Super 7 Raphael. I wish I had an open Donatello to keep the purple theme going. Now we have the NECA Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Excusing Raphael, we'll bring in the deceased Hal Jordan from DC Collectibles. As NECA Hal flies away, Mezco Batfleck swings in to take his place. Now we'll throw in a Hasbro Lightning Collection Black Ranger Zack. Those mandibles and antennae are nothing I would want to see in a dark alley coming towards me at night. That being said, I love the way it looks in toy form. The ugly Christmas sweater and the strap for the sheath are both very well crafted. That buckle on the sheath actually unclips. The stitch work on the jeans make it look like a real pair of jeans. Grub is pretty cute, but it looks like Krampus is keeping his eye on him back there. I need to find myself a tiny little oven set to create a diorama for cooking some eggs. Using the hoverboard to create that landscape painting is also a pretty festive idea. I'm about to install those button cell lights, do a head swap, and take a look at it in different lighting conditions. Here he is with his eyes lighted in my normal studio lighting conditions. Here he is with no lights on at all. Here he is with just the room's normal overhead light. Here he is lit with a lamp light to my left behind me. There it is, you guys. This has been my review of the Holiday Gomez from the 112 Collective by Mezco Toyz. I do appreciate your time if you have stuck with me this far. If you like what you have seen, please tap the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please let me know how I may improve future videos. Thank you for joining me here at Furious Toys. I miss you, sweet Deet.